Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. Kicker Brandon Aubrey is out to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Complete to open things up. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, and it's second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. Here's Howell. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Howell throwing on third down here. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. From the 38 now, here's second and 3. Now, Howell's going to mix it up here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Saints at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Second down throw for Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Put a man in motion left, Ridley. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the slot man goes in motion left. Another throw for Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Howell. Pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And Howell will throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain.
Didn't let me pitch it.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Howell. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Howell down to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Hooker on first down. And that is incomplete. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Second and 10. They'll pitch it out to White. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Ready. Hustle.
White will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Check, bump that. 60 smash. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 70.
Second down, Howell back to pass. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now Howell. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 19 Lion. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
Shep 60, 79 Bronco. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First down, here's White. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And quickly they get to the line.
18, 5 here. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Throwing. Hooker. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's a toss right side with White. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners. And they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Hal to the air on 1st and 10. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. Uncorks one for Davis. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lamb in motion left.
Nineteen tight. 60 Maverick. Mustang 19. Go.
Hooker now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Come on.
Now a 2nd and 10. And quickly to the outside. That's caught by Lamb. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. The slot man in motion right.
Stop below 18. Warriors 70.
Hooker from the gun on third down. Throw left side complete. That's White. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Saints nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll run with Gibson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Saints. First down. Let's go. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Second down, Howell now. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Cup 19, Panther 11, Panther 11, 70 range, 70 range.
Here's Howell. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
So here we go, 4th down. Howell. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, it's Hooker. That is caught by Lamb. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll try the right side here with White. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5 from the 8.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
White. Touchdown, Falcons. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Howell's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Another throw for Howell. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 15-yard line.
Powell from the gun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Touchdown! Dawson Knox hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the jump. Shot alert! Shot alert!
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Here we go.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Go.
Hooker's going to throw it. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Third. Right
running out of the gun with White. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Ready, break! Unlock line! Unlock line!
Here's White. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Rachaad White with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Falcons extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And Howe will throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Now throwing on 1st down here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd down, Howe back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
In motion right is Ridley.
Buffalo 18, Pioneer.
Howe throwing on 3rd down here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41.
Ready, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6. Now Hooker going to change things up a bit. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Hooker. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Okay, break. Hey, Trav. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now Hooker. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On the jump. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 19 Lion.
Al now to throw it. And he'll find Gibson here complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Trap 60, trap 60.
Powell. And now here is another interception. He's still on his feet. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Back to throw, Howell. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Saints. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. And that's caught inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 37. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Second down throw for Howell. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for two. Howell with one final shot. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And that one's incomplete. 3 seconds left, and barring a penalty, this next play should be our last. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. So that last kickoff, just a mere formality, obviously, Charles, wrapping up a game that they should be very happy about, in which they got the win.
Yeah, I thought they were clearly the better team by the end, and they earned this one with a terrific game plan and consistent effort throughout. Only fitting that they had the ball when the clock hit 0.
So for the Falcons, they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year.